Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts here at the old homestead, and my wife's Corvette needs a new battery, and I've got one over in Black Betty, and I popped the hood and I see this apparatus is above it, so I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I've done a little research, and it looks like this panel has to come off so we can slide the battery out. So I'm going to get I've got my 10mm wrench and an Allen wrench. I hope I got the right size because it looks like there's some right down through here. And I'm going to see if I can attempt to take this apart, and I will update you here in a second. Okay, so I've got this 10mm bolt out, and I thought it had Allen head down through here, but I got to looking and it actually has got 10mm on it as well. Now there's one supposedly underneath here. I've got to try to see if in fact it's there, and if it is, you don't want to take it all the way out. You want to just loosen enough to pull this panel off, because I think it's got a clip on it and it's too hard to get it back in. So I'm going to see if I've gotten everything pretty much loose enough after I look underneath here, and hopefully this panel will come out to where I can switch this battery. Okay, all right, so luckily this last battery wasn't hooked into those, because that makes it tight to get there. But you can see right down here, I'll try to get, we can't see that rusty clip. All right, that's where the 10mm bolt comes up from in here. And so what you gotta do, put this grass down because I hadn't been able to move it when I was mowing. But there's a little bitty slit right in there, just enough to get this wrench in and to loosen it up enough to pull this panel. Actually, if that battery had not been loose, or the holder in there, I don't know that I could have got it out as easy as I did. But with as tight as all that's in there, I can't see the battery moving much anyway. But so I got the old battery out. I'm gonna take it take it over to the garage and get the new one and see if I can get it installed and get everything tightened back up, because I wasn't expecting all that. You would want to kind of think this would be the easier way, but it's got that bracket behind it too. So from what I kind of seen, it was like this is what you're supposed to do. So that's the route I took. We'll see if I can get the new one in there. Barney, it's closing time. Let's go lock up at the gate, and I'll give you some more bacon strips down there. Okay? Is that all right? You're being mean. Why are you fussing? Don't you love me? Whew, okay. Here's my handy dandy cushion that I laid on to help me get to that bottom bolt, which is very tight. So I've got it tightened up, the 3 in the side and this one on top. That cable tightened up good. This one is almost stripped. I snugged it up before I felt it break loose to go around again. I have some side post ends in the garage. I took one of the bolts out, but all my tools are basically at the junkyard. I didn't have any way to kind of force this back out to put a new one in it, but I'm just going to see for right now if everything connection wise is good. The next project that I've got to do, but I'll need Peg's help. These shocks are no good. There's 2 in the back that came with the car. So, and I looked them up, they're not really that expensive, but if these 2 in the back will work, that's great. So I had that little prop rod. I kept praying that it would not fall on my head. So therefore I tried not to have my head out in it very much. But I'm gonna just try to quick start it. Hopefully it won't vibrate that loose, but I wanna make sure my connections are good on the battery. So, This thing's only been ran once in the last probably, crap, 6 months or so. So come on. It's saying there's some low coolant, so I need to check that. Oh, come on now, you ain't normally spit and sputter like that right off the bat. But those cars just got, where is it at? 61,867 miles. The guy I got it from, that I'd done some trading with an old van, he had got it from the original owner. A bunch of paperwork and stuff with it, but there we go. Like I said, I got it started 2 weeks ago maybe, and drove it off the porch into town and washed it at the car wash, and I left it running and got back, and the battery, it wouldn't start. So I think the wife will now be happy. I do need to check that the antifreeze though. I don't have any here, but I do have some at the farm or the junkyard. So I think she will be happy with this. Now if I can get my bunky chunky butt up out of this thing. Once you get in it, it's fun to drive, but it's getting to that point. And Advanced Auto Parts, you could sponsor this video. I went out to the Stanford one, got the Die Hard battery. I got the silver one. She don't drive it a lot, you know, and then in the winter time we put it up. Now I told her this has been bothering her, which is dirty again, which has been sitting here, but the paint that's faded, she said, I wish you'd get somebody to paint that. Well, it would look better, but I told her most importantly, we got to get tires on it. Last year, by the time I got it, you know, we didn't drive it a lot and was always close to home, but I told her, I said, this year, if you're going to really get it out and want to drive it some, so I'm going to have to check on some tire pricing this week, because it definitely needs a new set put on it if she's going to drive it very much. So I told her, I said, your bumper may have to wait, because I got a sneaky suspicion that these tires are not cheap. So there's all of that. So batteries installed. Yes, I know it's not in the thing, but there again, with my tools and stuff being out at the farm, I didn't have a ratchet and extension and socket to reach that. So probably what I'll do is either drive it out to the junkyard one day or get Peg to come with me and we'll bring some stuff, and we'll just, I think we've got enough room to move the battery over, take that loose, drop it down in there, but it's not going nowhere. So that's how you change a battery on an 86 C4 Corvette. I now know you got to take that side panel off. So there you go. Hopefully that'll help. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and hey y'all, I'll catch you in the next one.